What's up, everybody, and welcome to video 1 of our Project 3030, 30 videos in 30 days. This video, we're talking about mouth taping. Sounds weird, I know. But it's my #1 sleep hack that doesn't require any discipline, really, and has lots of benefits. I know, it's weird, and people think, oh my goodness, I could suffocate in my sleep. Well, I thought the exact same thing when I first heard about it on the Ben Greenfield podcast. I didn't just start trying it. I heard it mentioned a handful of times with its sleep benefits and other benefits in life. I might have seen it in a few other places when I've been diving deeper into the realm of how to better live my life and live my best life. But I know that sleep is super important to our overall health. And I knew that, and I had tried a few different methods to try to improve my sleep in the past. Things like no phones, well, wherever my phone is, no phones or screens, an hour before bedtime, or reducing blue light exposure with some blue light blocking glasses, right? Or even a pillow up under my knees, and I bought a special knee pillow, and probably a few other strange hacks that I tried. One that actually helped was reading before bed, which, of course included no screens, and it worked, but it was tough to do every night, as you guys can imagine. That's just a hard habit to get into, especially when you got a busy family and you have a busy life like most people do, or we have other things we'd rather be doing. Let's say that. After all that didn't work, I figured, okay, I'll try the mouth taping thing, as it really didn't require any extra time or any extra effort, and it had other beneficial effects that I was excited about as well. Like I've had throat issues and stuff, so I was looking, okay, how can I overcome this stuff? So on my first night, I slept better than I had slept in quite a while. I was waking up less, I felt better rested, and I didn't wake up with a dry mouth like what happened from time to time, especially if I'm congested. Now, that was 5 months ago, and since then, there's only been one night when I didn't sleep with tape on my mouth, and it was only because I didn't have any. And it changed the way that I slept, and it also improved my nasal breathing in everyday life, which I'm going to go over and tell you how beneficial that is. So how do you do it? Well, it's pretty easy. You basically put tape on your mouth, you lay down and you go to sleep. You just tape your mouth shut. I mean, really, it's that easy. I use some medical tape sometimes. Well, sometimes I'll use some athletic tape. Now, I don't put a big piece on like I did earlier. This is really wide tape, so I'll just take a small piece, boop, like that. I'll kind of do my lips together, right? And I'm good. See, not too bad. But I've even used, blue painter's tape in a pinch before. But they do make special tapes that are designed specifically for mouth taping. And some of those products are pretty cool, but we'll go over some different tape options in a minute. The way it works is, when your mouth is taped shut, you're encouraging, or more like forcing, sleep in the natural breathing position. Right? In and out the nose. Some people may sleep with their mouth open. Like sometimes I will catch myself, falling asleep with my mouth open. Well, that can cause some issues like a dry mouth waking you up, sore throats, and other junk like I was experiencing. Now, nasal breathing is not only beneficial when you sleep, but it's also the most, optimum way to breathe when we're awake. And mouth tape can be a great way to train ourselves, train our bodies to breathe through our noses, right? So some people even mouth tape during the day for that reason. I don't think I've done that yet, but I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt. Like if I'm just sitting at the computer working, maybe I should just put some mouth tape on if I catch myself mouth breathing. But I have found that over these several months that now I do have a tendency to nasal breathe over mouth breathe just when I'm doing hanging out, right? Now, some of the nasal breathing benefits are things like, well, of course, you're going to have better quality of sleep, but it could also significantly reduce your snoring, and it also filters and humidifies and conditions the air, and it removes particulates and pathogens, and actually gives a huge release of nitric oxide, which is very effective at fighting off pathogens and viruses. Yeah, I know all that's kind of deep in the bushes, but it's some legit stuff that helps. And just breathing through your nose actually increases oxygenation by 20%, right? And scientists have been able to back up all these claims, and they actually agree on all this stuff. So, there's lots of reasons to breathe through your nose And it's not a controversial issue that some people are like, oh no, that's not true, or no, that it's not some baloney that just some people are spouting. Everyone agrees on this stuff. So I know people have some questions like, okay, well, what if my nose stops up? Well, I've only had to remove my mouth tape while I was sleeping twice because of a stopped up nose, and that was whenever I was camping at a place where I was surrounded by a lot of pine trees, and I'm could be allergic to those, especially when there's a lot of pollen and stuff coming off. But that was in like the first 3 weeks of my mouth taping ordeal. And then ever since after that, I've never had my nose stop up while I was sleeping with mouth tape on. Now, if you are one of those people who just have trouble breathing through your nose, then this can be really, really beneficial to you. And you can always get the nasal strips if you think you may have some trouble breathing. But if it does stop up, don't worry, you'll wake up and you'll realize that you're having trouble breathing, and you can easily remove the tape, right? Or just open your mouth. Another question people ask are, what if I have to sneeze? Well, they actually make tape that has like a hole, like a slit cut in the middle, if you're concerned about that. But I don't think these are really issues to worry about. Now, this brings us to different tapes. Now, if you get on Amazon, you can look at a lot of different stuff. You can buy some special made tapes that have the hole in the mouth. You can just get some regular ones that just, cover your lips, blah, blah, blah. Or you can just do like me and get some athletic tape, because this stuff isn't super sticky, and, so it goes on and off pretty well. But I've also used like, medical tape, like the bandage stuff, and it's really, really sticky. And it kind of hurts a little bit if you take it off in the mornings, but I mean, it's no big deal. It's still worth wearing if that's all you got, which is also why I've used blue painter's tape in the past. So if you want to invest in some, actual mouth tape, you can do so, but it's not necessary. So if you're like most people who have trouble sleeping or want to improve their sleep, try some mouth taping. There's no doubt that it worked for me. That's why I've done it every single night for like 5 months. That's a long time to be putting friggin' tape over your mouth and looking like a goop ball.